Finding Wawu, Bella's search for understanding. Woe-woo, a word borrowed from the Kuku-Yalanji language of the people of Wujal-Wujal in Far North Queensland Australia. Bella was 7 years old and lived in a small town in Far North Queensland. She was a very kind and sensitive Aboriginal girl who loved her mum, dad, and the twins Bailey and Nellie. Bella was also a very curious girl and often wondered why her mum and Bailey were never happy, while her dad and Nellie were always telling people what to do. One day Grandpa came to visit, and Bella asked him, "Grandpa, am I supposed to be the same as everybody else? I try so hard to make everyone happy like me, but they can't see me." Grandpa thought for a moment and said, "They lost their woe-woo." Grandpa stood up and walked over to speak to Bella's mum. He came back and said to Bella, "You come with me. We go bush for one day." Bella was excited and said, "Shall I get my things?" Grandpa said, "No, you come the way you are." She said, "But where are we going? Should I bring my swag and some taka?" Grandpa said, "No, we go now." Bella and Grandpa walked out the door and off into the bush with just the clothes they were wearing. They walked for some time, and along the way he showed her which berries she could eat and which berries not to eat. The track led to a beautiful spot where Grandpa told Bella they could find water without a river nearby. They dug down with short sticks beside a big tree and found fresh water in the ground. They used their hands to scoop up and drink the cool water. They came across a red caravan where an old lady was busy chasing away a goanna. Grandpa said, "Hello," and she just stared at him. When Bella said hello, the old lady just growled at her. She said, "This is no place for a little girl. She should be at home with her mother. This goanna will eat you." Grandpa pointed towards the track and said to the old lady, "We go this way." The old lady said, "Yo." They continued along the track, and after a short time Bella said to her grandpa, "That lady was angry just like my mum and my brother Bailey. She even wore the same red clothes, and her face was red as well." Grandpa said, "She lost her woe-woo." Bella replied, "I don't like that because I was trying to be kind and she was angry at me." Grandpa didn't say a word. He just walked over to an old log and said, "We dig here." Bella and Grandpa used their sticks to dig down until they unearthed some witchetty grubs beside the log. They placed them in a bag and continued walking. It was getting to be late afternoon when they came to a lush green area where Grandpa sat down to rest and asked Bella to collect enough firewood to last the night. Bella asked, "Are we camping here tonight?" Grandpa said, "Yo, you get sticks and I'll show you how to make fire." Bella walked around gathering wood for the fire. Grandpa lit the fire with his matches, and after it started burning they walked over to a big paper bark tree and tore off 2 large pieces of bark. Grandpa gave Bella a piece of bark and said, "This is your blanket for tonight." Bella thought, "I don't really want to sleep out here tonight, but I don't know how to find my way home." Grandpa placed the witchetty grubs in the fire, and Bella was curious about their taste. She ate 2 witchetty grubs, but after a little while she started to feel sick. Grandpa found her a fern root to eat that made her feel better. Bella listened to Grandpa's stories until she fell asleep on the grass with the paper bark beside her. They woke up at daybreak, and off they went down the track, eating berries and edible leaves for breakfast until they came across a big mango tree. Grandpa showed her the green ants' nests on the tree and poked one with his stick until it fell to the ground. He told Bella that these ants were good for you when you have a cold. The ants ran everywhere, and Grandpa told Bella to catch them and to eat just the green part of their bodies. Bella bit into one and said they tasted sour, so she only ate a few. Off they went again, with Bella walking ahead this time until she came across an old blue hut, with spears and turtle shells and fish bones laying around. She saw a fisherman standing there, so she smiled at him. The fisherman stared back at her with a blank face. Then he yelled, "You go that way now." Bella froze and couldn't speak. She wanted to tell him she meant no harm, but no words came out. Grandpa caught up and pointed towards the track and said to the fisherman, "We go this way." The fisherman said, "Yo." Further down the track, Bella asked Grandpa, "Why was that fisherman so strange? He looked blue in the face just like my dad and Nellie. He even wore blue clothes," Grandpa said. "He lost his Woe-woo." Bella asked, "What's Woe-woo?" Grandpa just kept walking. They stopped for lunch and dined on flowers and berries, and Bella said to Grandpa, "I really like you, Grandpa, and I don't feel scared or angry anymore. I feel safe with you beside me now." She gave him a huge hug and asked if she could hold his hand. Grandpa held her hand and pointed to her heart and said, "Yo, there, Woe-woo." Grandpa sat down with Bella and explained, "We are all born with Woe-woo. Woe is our spirit that guides us when we are born to seek one another, to connect to and to care about them from our hearts. In return, those people connect to and care about us, which allows our Woe-woo to grow stronger together. For many years we fight for land rights, we fight for wages, we fight for our stolen children, we fight for our culture. We go through suffering and feel the pain caused by others until we lose our Woe-woo, and we forget how to grow our children's Woe-woo. Those who came to our shores lost their Woe-woo a long time ago, but we lost it a short time ago. Yesterday we come across the old lady who was red in the face, and she reminded you of your mum and brother Bailey, always angry. Today we come across the fisherman who was blue in the face and reminded me of your dad and sister Nellie, always telling people what to do. People don't know that they have lost their Woe-woo, what makes them human. As they walked home together, hand in hand, Grandpa said, "Woe-woo finds you when you're not looking for it, when you're not angry at others or telling people what to do. But you must walk with another who has strong Woe-woo. You found your Woe-woo. We go home now. Show others." In this story, Bella feels the rigid thinking and chaotic feelings of others, while her grandpa reassures her she is safe and secure with him. Eventually Bella finds her Woe-woo, and Grandpa helps her to understand her gift of seeing what others fail to see. Without a strong connect and care experience with another through life, we use our feelings or thinking to rationalize our disconnect until eventually, emotionally deprived and alone, we start to turn our feelings or thinking against ourselves. Life was meant to be a shared, subjective experience where we move from moment to moment with an authentic other. I encourage readers to explore the embodied connect and care theory in the hope that it inspires them to find their own Woe-woo and go on to walk in humility beside others.